Hello everyone and welcome to Minecraft Crash Landing. This is Slime Slayer. I usually do live commentaries, but today I decided to do some voiceover because, as you can probably already tell, at least if you check the top right corner from time to time, I wasn't doing so well on the game. Since the moment I started Minecraft, I had to fight for survival. So I realized that I need all my attention in order to survive, and today I wasn't going to be doing live commentary. Before I go into the details of what you're seeing, I'd like to point out that both this video and the next two crash landing videos are from the same 3 hour long gaming session in which I in which I suffered significantly in order to survive. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but trust me, it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of surprises, and in some aspects I do quite well. In others I do quite poorly. I'm a noob on this game, but overall I think it was a very fun experience. Okay, that's enough housekeeping for now. The next logical step for me was to start farming. I was very excited about that idea because I thought I was going to get an endless supply of food and finally end my hunger problems. But it turns out that wasn't the case. Here you see me going out into the darkness to get some water with my newly created bucket. That's the water I used for my cobblestone generator. I didn't get to use it all that much actually. And there I go with my dirt and my water making my first farm. Doesn't it look magnificent? Now really, I know it's quite bad, but I was very excited. I thought for sure I was going to get a lot of food. I had rice seeds, and that's what you see there. It took me a while to figure out that you don't eat everything that the rice gives you. You just eat, the rice part, and the seed goes back into the soil, which I guess is good. So yeah, right after that, the only thing left for me to do was to cook the rice. I figured it was going to give me more food, more hunger, whatever you want to call it, if I cooked it somehow. And there you can see you can make a rice cake from the rice just by placing it on the furnace. And forgive me if if the character moves so slowly. It's my fault, but not directly. I was starving. I couldn't move any faster. Even if I spammed W, it wouldn't make any difference. So yeah, that's mostly what I did in the beginning, just trying to collect more rice on my horrible, horrible farm. But it was my first farm, okay? I did my best. I really did. And just trying to increase my hunger bar by eating the rice and the rice cakes and all that. It wasn't as effective as I thought. Please don't look at my cluttered inventory. That's disgusting. It's horrible. I know. Don't look at that. It's bad. Okay, I know you're already bored about me and my farm. So just one last thing before I move on. If you know how to make better hose, and by that I mean hose that don't break after one use, please tell me on the comments, because I went online, looked for this information for quite a long time, and I couldn't find it. I imagine it's something so simple, and I'm doing something wrong that it's so easy to do that no one's bothered to ask ever. But I couldn't make it work. I even tried with an iron hoe. I wasted all that iron and it broke after one use. I think there's a tool from Tinker's Construct which I imagine is what you're supposed to use, called, I think it's a malloc, and it has the same properties as a hoe and something else. So in the future I'll probably use that, but for now I don't have access to it, unfortunately. Okay, moving on. The next step on my train of thought was to build some little chicken farm. I had a few eggs. I can remember how many, you'll see in a second. So I built myself, there you go, eight. Oh no, sorry. I built myself 8 fences. In the beginning I made it very, very small. Later I increased its size because that just doesn't work. It's too small. When you throw new eggs, you damage the chickens you already have. So it doesn't really make any sense. I decided against putting that upstairs because I didn't want enemies damaging the chickens, which granted I was probably going to damage them more than the enemies, but anyways. Okay, so the next part, we moved upstairs, and there you go, you see me making my first kind of big, not very important, but it bothered me a lot at that moment. My very first fail on this gaming session, at least one of the first ones, I made pressure plates instead of slabs, and there I was trying to figure out why on earth I wasn't able to place those slabs. Ta-tan! They were pressure plates. I tried to somehow convert them. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It was very frustrating at the moment, but it was just some good lost, not much. I've sped up this part for you because I don't think it's all that interesting. If you can pay attention to the music, I think it's interesting. At least for me, it seems like the music when when it's not at its normal speed, it sounds more interesting. It's brighter and for my taste, it's more beautiful. So now we're getting very very close to a very very big fail. You're going to see it in a second. Let's see if you can guess it. This could be a very good time to just post on the comments what do you think is going to happen. What's going to happen right now? Yeah, take a look at that skeleton on the right. Do you know what's going to happen now? Yeah, I fell down and I tried to run. I tried to go back to my base. Let's see. Can I make it? Can I make it? There I go. Ah, have a heart. And I'm in. I'm safe? Or am I? I tried to place a block, but I can't. I had plenty of blocks on my bar, but I just panicked and I couldn't handle them. And there I go, I spawn back in front of the skeleton that killed me, and just by punching it, I'm able to kill it. I go back to my tombstone. Well, first of all, I take a block and block the entrance, but it's dust, so it's not very effective, really. I get all my stuff back from the tombstone, and yeah, after a moment of breathing and considering my choices in life, I decide to do something even more stupid. I think, how about if I put some glass over there and I let one of those small spiders in? I try to fight it with the glass and I fail and I'm about to die when I think this is probably a good idea to learn about making a backup of my world. So I stop, I make a backup and go back to fight the spider. As you can see, I've put the webcam on because I want you to look at my face in order to realize that this is my first try. It's not like I've tried for several times. Look at that face. I was relieved. I wasn't really expecting to survive that, but I did it on the first try. So I haven't cheated this far. I'll cheat on the future because at some point I mess up completely and I have to use backups, which is, for a hardcore map is kind of cheating. But yeah, there I go again. I fall. But surprisingly enough, I'm able to fight off one spider, two spiders, and what else? There's another spider coming towards me, but I have my trusty hatchet. There I go. The third spider's down, and two creepers. I have 2.5 hearts, 3 hearts. Will I survive this? Honestly, rewatching this, I'm not so sure. But yeah, I managed to pull that off, and I survive. So that's fantastic. I go back into my little cave, my little manhole, and very quickly before the episode finishes, I'd like to show you this feat. I managed to destroy a zombie and a pumpkin creeper, which may not seem like a lot to you, but for me it was a big victory. And yeah, that's everything for now. I wanted to end the episode by showing you all my water, all my food, all those valuable resources, and saying that I had a lot of fun playing this. And the next episodes you'll see how I continue with my struggle. As I've learned the power of backups, I'm not going to start the world over and over again. I hope that's alright for everyone. I'm a noob, and that's the only way I could have fun playing this because it's just too difficult for me. But I have fun, and I think that's what counts. I hope you guys also had fun watching this. If you did, I would love if you left a comment down below or even hit the like button. And yeah, that's all for now. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!